Welcome to Perfection IAS Editorial Analysis. In today's editorial analysis, we are going to discuss the topic 10 years of POCSO. So, POCSO is one of the important topic to protect the sexual harassment against children. Since implemented in 2012, this act had gone through many amendments and this act has some of the unique feature as well as there were some challenges in this act. In this video, we are going to discuss some of the important aspect about the POCSO Act. So this is very important in mains perspective. So why this topic was in news? This act was passed in 2012. POCSO means protection of child from sexual offense. So this act was passed in 2012. 2022 marked the 10th year of this POCSO Act. This act was enacted in consequence to India's ratification of United Nations Convention of Rights of Child in 1991. So, as a result of ratification of UN Convention, Indian government passed the Act, POCSO Act, to protect child from sexual offense. So, this Act was implemented on November 14, 2012. So, this is one of the important Act. This Act have some of the important features. So, first we will discuss the future of POCSO Act. The first feature is this act is gender neutral, means this act include both girl and boy child. Okay, so according to this act, it defines child as any person who are below the age of 18, whether they were a girl or boy. So this act is a gender neutral. It includes both boys and girls. So this is one of the important feature of this act. Gender neutrality is one of the important feature of this act. And second feature is reporting obligation. It is obligatory for institutions like child home or any other institution which are giving protection to child or family member. So it is obligatory for them to raise complaint regarding any incidents of child sexual abuse. So if family member or any institution which giving protection to the children come across these incidents, it is obligatory for them to file a complaint. If they fail to file a complaint, means they will get punishment. So this is one of the important feature of this act. And another thing is no status of limitation. If we take National Human Rights Commission, it will inquire the case which were occurred not more than 1 year. Okay, the case should be occurred in 1 year. If the incidents occurred more than 1 year, National Human Rights Commission won't take that case. But in case of POCSO Act, there is no such limitation. Even after 5 years or 10 years of the incident, child can give complaint. So there is no status of limitation. They can file complaint at any time, regardless of whether when the abuse was acquired. So this is the important feature. And second feature is confidentiality is protected. If some child is giving complaint against someone, means the identity of child will not be revealed to any kind of media. Okay, so the name of the child and the photography of the child won't be released or published in any form of media. It will be published only to the courts only. And if the detail of the child was published, means it can be happen only with the permission of special courts. So this is also one of the important features. It will protect the identity of victims as well as those children who is giving the complaint. And another thing is, in recently the POCSO Act was amended, and in this institution that provide housing or regular contact with the children are required to conduct a periodic police verification. So institutions like child home and orphanage, they need to conduct a periodical police verification, okay, regarding the background of all those employees who are working in the institution. So these were the important feature of this act. Another important feature is special court. So under this act, special court should be installed in every state specifically to try a case regarding child sexual abuse. So this is one of the important thing, and the case should be completed within 2 months. So time limit should be 2 months. Within 2 months, investigation and all the aspect of this case should be completed. So these were the main feature of this act. Even though this act have this much positive feature, there were some challenges in implementation of this act. So the major challenges is, first is woman police. One of the important provision of this act is it is mandatory for woman sub inspector. Okay, so only woman sub inspector should take statement from the victim or affected child. But in India, we have only 10 percentage of woman police in Indian police force. Because of that, it is very difficult for to implement this provision. And many police stations in India don't have women staff. So because of the lack of women staff in police force, it is difficult for police to implement this provision. So this is the important challenge. And one more thing is evidence. There is a provision in POCSO Act for recording statement using audio visual means. Okay, victim can record the evidence using audio, any audio or video visual means. But a pilot project has yet to be incorporated. But this provision has not yet implemented. And one of the major reason for this is the integrity of electronic evidence remains a challenge due to the lack of proper infrastructure. So the integrity and genuinity of the there, now we don't have any proper infrastructure to check the genuinity of audio visual evidences. So this is also one of the important challenges. And other challenges, medical examination. Medical examination of the victim, the children which is affected, who is affected by the sexual violence, should be conducted according to criminal procedure code. Okay, so in criminal procedure code, every aspect about the medical examination of sexually affected victims is mentioned in CRCP. But nowadays there were instances where banned two finger test. So two finger test will be used in many instances. In two finger test, it is one of the barbaric act. Okay, so in many of the places, even in the government hospitals, these two finger tests were used to check the virginity of the children. So this is also an important issue. There have been no attempt to upgrade forensic lab. Okay, so states are not concentrating to upgrade the forensic lab to expedite the examination of evidence, leading to case being decided by court without accomplishing the forensic report. Okay, so without forensic report, courts are coming with their own decision. So because of lack of forensic labs in many states, courts are coming to a final conclusion and giving verdict without any FSL report. One of the important challenges determining the age of the victim or convict. Okay, so the Juvenile Justice Care and Protection Act provided guidelines for determining the age of juvenile delinquent. So juvenile delinquents means those child who are doing some criminal activities. Okay, so to determine the age of those juvenile delinquent, the procedure is mentioned in Juvenile Justice Care and Protection Act, but there is no similar guidelines available for POCSO Act. There is no similar guidelines available under POCSO Act to determine the age of juvenile victims. Okay, Supreme Court had ruled that same guidelines should be used to determine the guidelines which police are using in Juvenile Justice Care and Protection Act should be applied to the victims to determine the age of victims of the crime. But without any change in the act, without any change in the POCSO Act, it is not possible for investigation agencies to adapt that guideline. So because of that, investigation agency solely rely on school admission records. So in many of the day, the age will not be correctly mentioned in school admission record. So this will affect the victims. Another thing is age estimation based on medical opinion is often too broad. We can find the age using some medical test, but the procedure is too broad and leading minor to be classified as adult. So those victims who are under 18 years were classified as adult because of this lengthy procedure. So these are the major issues in determining the age of the victim. And last thing is investigation. The act mandate the investigation agencies to submit the report within 2 months. So within 2 months, investigation agency should submit the report. If the investigation agency didn't submit the report within 2 months, means they should answer. They should face some legal consequences. So because of that, investigation agencies are to avoid the punishment. Legal investigation agency are giving report without quality. Okay, in hurry they are giving poor quality reports. And one more thing is the focus is often on completing the investigation quickly rather than with quality. So they are focusing on quantity, not on quality of the report. The accused may because of this quick submitting of report, the accused may seek bail. So accused can get bail only after the charge sheet and or FIR is filed. So this quick submission of report help the accused to get bail immediately. If the investigation agency submit the report after 90 days, means the accused can get bail after 90 days only. If they submit the report in 30 days, means they can get bail after 30 days. So because this provision, this fast track provision will benefit accused more than victims. Okay, so these are the major challenges of this POCSO Act. So even though this act helped many child helped and protected many child from sexual offense, so there were some difficulties in this act. So government need to amend the amend this POCSO Act and to resolve all the issue. So that's all for today's editorial. We will meet tomorrow with different topic. Thanks for watching Perfection IAS.